Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Vidakachara Saraswati Mari Divine Grace Sri Lacy Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Sri Guru Parampara Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glory to assembled devotees. All glory to Sri Sri Guru Angoranga Go Premananda Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana everyone please together. Om Jnana Timarandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Parakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Tina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sudadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So thank you again. Now today's verse is number 39, I believe. Huh? What is it? Do you know? I think it's 39. Huh? Yes, okay. Well, we'll do 39. Please repeat. Kula shaye panashyanti kula dhamaha sanatana dharme naste kulam krishnam adharmo vibhavatyo uta kulashaye pranashyanti kula dharma sanatanaha dharme naste kulam krishnam adharmo vibhavyachyuta kulashaye pranashyanti kula dharma sanatanaha dharme naste kulam krishnam adharmo vibhavatyukta. Okay, have a go. Kulashaye pranashyanti Kula dharma sanatana Dharminaste kulam krishnam Adharmo bhi bhavichuta. Okay, word for word. Kulashaye, in destroying the family. Panashyanti, become vanquished. Kula dharma, the family traditions. Somebody close this door. It's very... No, a man. You ladies stay there. This young gentleman. Thank you. Kula dharma, the family traditions. Sanatana, eternal. Dharme, religion. Everybody, don't be shy. Naste, being destroyed. Kulam, family. Krishnam, whole. Adharmaha, irreligion. Abhibhakti, transforms. Uta, it is said. So, translation. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished. And thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Yes. So, please repeat. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished. And thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Purport Srila Prabhupada. In the system of Varna Ashram institution, there are many principles of religious traditions to help members of the family grow properly and attain spiritual values. The elder members are responsible for such purifying processes in the family, beginning from birth to death. But on the death of the elder members, such family traditions of purification may stop, and the remaining younger family members may develop irreligious habits and thereby lose their chance for spiritual salvation. Therefore, for no purpose should the elder members of the family be slain. Yes, okay. Mukam karochi vachalam pangam laite girim yad kripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinadarinam Kulashaye pranashyanti kula dharma sanatana dharmenaste kulam krishnam adharmo bibhavachuta. With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Yes, so Arjuna is giving another reason not to fight. He's saying there's going to be a destruction of the eternal family traditions. But that will certainly happen if Duryodhana continues to rule. He's a Rakshasa. He's not interested in family traditions to create spiritual values. He's interested in family traditions to satisfy his lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy. That's what he's interested in. So, destruction of the dynasty is vanquished. And then the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. Yes. So normally, yes, Arjuna is making very valid point. If you have a good set of patriarchs, elders in a family, and they are good religious people, dharmavadis, if they're good, nice people, then naturally the praja, the younger members will follow, right? Younger people take their lead from the elder people, particularly in a family. So he's got a good point there. And his point is that if the elder members are gone and there is no guidance, then the rest of the family, the dependent members, not the elder members, the patriarchs, the learned elders, then they may also just think, well, I can do what I want. Particularly in Kali Yuga, this is the system. If it feels good, do it. There is no God, so do it. There's no reaction to your deeds. The action and reaction, that only affects atoms and molecules and physical objects. But me, I'm above action and reaction. There will be no karmic reaction to whatever I do. And even if there is, I'm going to die anyway. So this is irreligion. Irreligion is based on godlessness, Krishnaness. If you believe in God, even if you're not, learned in Bhagavad Gita, Vedic conclusions, if you believe in God, you will naturally be restrained from bad activity. Because God means the supreme, and we know that the superior is the judge, naturally. So Arjuna is seeing this point. But actually, as we said before, he's arguing for a demoniac, irreligious person to take over. It's okay to be a pacifist in this world. Is it really? Like Arjuna? When you are surrounded by demoniac, envious people, should you become a pacifist, or should you consider self-defense? Everybody in the world is not a pacifist. The warlike, envious, greedy people, they will just take your pacifism as an opportunity to exploit. Therefore, Prabhupada starts the purport by mentioning Varnashram. So in the Vedas, there are two dharmas. There is Varnashram Dharma, and then there is Sanatana Dharma. And as Prabhupada, and Arjuna hints at it in this, and also the spiritual values will not be evoked. So Varnashram is meant to create, it is also characterized as Vaidhi Bhakti. It is the rules and regulations by which a harmonious society can be created. And within that format, Sanatana Dharma can be practiced. Varnashram Dharma, Varna Ashram. We know the swastika, it has 8 limbs, right? They represent the 4 Varnas and the 4 ashrams. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. Sudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and Brahminical. So there's the 4, right? One German reader of the Vedas, 100 years back, adopted it as his motive. What is the center? In the center of this Varnashram cross, or swastika, is Krishna. And all those, they are pointing towards Krishna. So as we always say, every class, what is the success of life? The success of life is to realize the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord includes everything. So if you realize the Supreme Lord, everything is included. But if you don't know the root of the tree, can you understand the tree? So this is atheism. Oh, there is no God. Everything is accidental. Or I am the root. And then there is my tree. It is mine to exploit. But the root of everything, aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate. From me everything emanates. Sutri mani gana iva. Just like pearls are strung upon a thread, so everything is resting upon us. Our soul is resting upon Krishna. Krishna is within our soul. He is Atma Atma. Now, when we have even just a glimmer of realization of that, that is our best fortune. That is our greatest fortune. Because naturally, we will inquire, what is that soul? Where is my origin? And so Vedavyas says, Atato Brahma Jignas, Atato. Now you're a human being. Now you have some reasoning faculty. Inquire into Brahman. And then Janmadyasyata. What is that definition of Brahman? Janmadyasyata. The Supreme, the Brahman, the Supreme, is that from which everything emanates. Am sarvasya prabhavo. Right? So therefore, everything is the creation of the Supreme Lord. And just like we take bath in the Ganga, and then we offer Ganga Jal back to Ganga Devi, this is the essence of human life. To realize I am the creation of the Supreme Lord, and everything I have, mind, body, senses, my very soul, my material paraphernalia, should be offered back to Him, for He has given it to me. Huh? Just like a good son naturally wants to please the father. He wants to do things that are pleasing to the father. So we have a Supreme Father, Aham Bija Pitaha, that we are the seed of the Supreme Lord. And we have free will to do that. So we should pay no heed to the atheist, the Rakshasa, who entreat us into the darkness. They may take us to the mountaintop and say, you can have everything in this world if you just worship lust, anger, and greed under my guidance. So Varnashram regulates the living entity and gives him the ability in that purity of tapasya, self-restraint, to actually come to the realization that there is a Supreme Lord. And then within that, he can practice, the living entity can practice Sanatan Dham. That means, as you all know, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Parasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. You know all these things. And all these things, this is our yagya. Yagya, I was just listening to a lecture by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, yagya is that which is offered to the Supreme Lord. Manmana bhavamad bhakto, put your consciousness on me. That will come naturally if you realize there is a Supreme Lord. Bhavamad bhakto. And then you'll naturally become devoted. He has given me creation. I am alive. I am experiencing because of the generosity of the Supreme Lord. Madhyaji. Then everything should be done as an offering to the Supreme Lord. Every thought, word, deed should be a work of art that we offer to the Supreme Lord. How? Mahatmanastamam patha devim prakritim asrita. To the Mahatma. The person who is Brahmanishta. The person who is above the material modes. Mahat sevam dwaram aho vimuktes. That if you serve that person above the modes with devotion, then you will also go above, you will also be released from the modes. And increasingly, you will realize the Supreme Lord by His grace. Atak Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved graham indraya sevan mukhe hi jivado swayam eva spuriyada. The Supreme Lord is above the mind and senses that we have got. But by devotional attitude, he is attracted. And then swayam eva spuriyadam. Yes, we're performing Sanatana Dharma within Vaidhi that is suitable for our situation. We're doing that. And then we are chanting and hearing about Krishna. And we're offering it Majjaji as yagya. Just like the sages at Naimisharanya. What did they say to Sutta Goswami? Said the sages in Naimisharanya at the beginning of the Bhagavatam, they said, we are here now we're seeing Kali Yuga is coming. And we're here gathered to perform yagya. So yagya doesn't just mean grains and ghee in the sacrificial fire and mantras. Yagya means that you are coming here as a yagya. We're performing yagya. You're hearing, I'm trying to chant properly, I'm trying to glorify Krishna. You're hearing, this is our yagya. This is Sevan Mukhi Jivado. This is the art of life, to do everything as yagya for the Supreme Lord, under the protection of Vaidhi Bhakti, but with the bhava of Sanatana Dharma in the middle, with the bhakti, the mood of bhakti. So we don't want to do bhakti mechanically. We want to do it as an offering to that wonderful, glorious Supreme Lord who has given us existence. We want to give thanks to the Supreme Lord for our existence. So this is bhakti, and Arjuna is making this point. These eternal family traditions, they'll be destroyed. We won't know what is going on in the family. They will be pulled into the darkness by the howling of the Rakshasas, by the Asuras. Come and enjoy. And then everything will be lost. And then it goes on next, right? He says, if these traditions are lost, then the women will be polluted. Why? Prithu Maharaj explains in the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam that there are 3 things a man should do for his wife, and there are 3 things a wife should do for the husband. Number 1 is protection. The man is the protector. He should protect his family spiritually, intellectually, mentally, physically. He must protect. That is his number 1 duty. Protect. And then within that protection, he should maintain his family. He should be the gathering funds and so on and so forth in a pious way under the direction of an ashram. And then he should maintain the family physically, mentally, spiritually. And then Guru Nyasyat, Rishabdev says, that don't become a father if you cannot become a guru. Now, to become a guru is not very difficult. Amara Agyaya Guru Tara Edish, Lord Chaitanya, all Vaishnavas are gurus. And what do? Yare Deke Tarakaha Krishna Upadesh. What does the Chaitanya Bhagavat say? Bhajo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Krishna Upadesha Karo. Correct? Take Krishna as your Ishtadev, chant his name, and follow his instructions. And give that to people. Everyone knows the famous story. Saraswati was a young girl of two devotees, Malati and Shamsundar. And she was in the darshan room with Prabhupada, and there were guests. And Prabhupada was explaining Krishna consciousness to the guests. Would have been nice to get a glass of water, but never mind. And she was listening like a clever young, and then suddenly she stood up and she said to the guest, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Prabhupada said, this is Guru. This is Guru. She's a 9-year-old girl though, or something like that. So we are all appointed by Lord Chaitanya. We're all appointed to be Guru. Only Gurus are Vaishnavas, and every Vaishnava is a Guru. But we must follow and learn the Parampara message. And we shouldn't be too concerned, am I qualified in this and that? The qualification is not to change the message. Prabhupada also gave the message like a postman. He delivers the letter, but he doesn't change the letter. So Saraswati came to the point. The guests were there, back and forth. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Guru is the job of the father. He should be Guru. That is teachings of Lord Rishabhdev at the end of the Guru Nyasyat and so on. What are the duties of the lady in a harmonious relationship? She should trust the husband. That is number one. The man is giving protection. But now that trust will be there naturally in the Varnashram situation, eternal family traditions, if the man is trustworthy, right? You cannot demand trust or expect trust if you are not trustworthy. So the man should be virtuous. He should be following his Vaidhi that is applicable to his situation, family traditions. And then naturally, the atmosphere in the house will be very nice. The woman will think, I'm protected. The first duty of the man in the family tradition. I'm protected so I can trust my husband. And this is essential because the lady, when she has children, for the first year, she's in a delicate condition. And then the children are in a delicate condition. So that is Stri Dharma. She must bring up the children nicely. How she can do that if the husband is not giving protection and maintenance? And then if the lady of the household sees, I've got a good man here. He's protecting me, maintaining me. He's learned in spiritual knowledge and he's guiding everyone in the family. Then she will become chaste to the husband, naturally. She will naturally think, Krishna is Bhagavan with a small b. My husband is Bhagavan with a big B. Once a Goswami wife told me that, a wife of a Radha Raman Goswami. She told me, oh yes, Krishna is Bhagavan with a small b, but my husband is Bhagavan with a big B. So, of course, this is understandable. So she'll feel very happy. I'm having children and the husband is very protective and maintaining me and guiding me. So she will feel very happy and she will feel chaste. And then the third thing is the wife should defer to the husband, but she should also be guru, because the first guru is the mother. First guru is the mother, right? She's teaching us how to walk. She's teaching us how to be clean. She's teaching us, taking us to the puja room in the temple. She is also guru. So this is in the purports. You can, and also stated by Lord Rishabdev. These are family traditions. And of course, they can be adjusted according to time and circumstance and personality and so on. These are general principles. The husband should protect, maintain, guide. The wife should trust intelligently and, second one, she should be very chaste to the husband. She'll naturally become chaste if she saves herself from marriage and becomes married in a pure condition. And she is the guru also in the family. And the mother and the father, husband and the wife, they should combine nicely. And in the Bhagavatam it says that the wife should see that the body of the husband is a boat upon which I can cross the material ocean. And the husband should look upon the wife and see that the body of my wife is the boat upon which I can cross the material ocean. And Krishna himself says in the Gita, I am sex life that is not against, that is in accordance with religious principles. So, these are the family traditions. But the most important thing is the third of those two things. The children should be brought up naturally as devotees. And they will naturally follow the husband and wife if they are devotees themselves. And they should be put in great care. Children should be under great care. The greatest sin is to exploit the naivety of children in different ways. Those persons that do this are bound to hell. And they must be rejected as Rakshasas. They must be rejected. So within this family traditions, this is what's under the subject, then Krishna consciousness can go very nicely. And then Sanatan Dham can be performed within this harmonious atmosphere. The first of that Varnashram is Brahmachari, the first of the ashrams. What does actually Brahmachari mean? Sometimes it's taken as celibacy, okay, but the translation of the Sanskrit is Brahma Acharya, that he is the servant of the Supreme. So the children, particularly the boys, should be trained as servants of the Supreme, particularly before they reach puberty. They should learn the taste, the rasa of serving the Supreme Lord under the guidance of the parents. Once they get the taste of that, that will continue their whole life. And when they go through puberty and get married and get into family traditions, then they will maintain this taste for serving the Supreme Lord. So this is Varnashram. And within that, Jaiva Dharma. Bhakti Vinod has written a wonderful book, Jaiva Dharma, the Dharma. So Dharma means, what does Dharma mean? That is explained by acharyas, sometimes translated as religiosity, this and that. But Dharma means the natural, intrinsic, constitutional nature of a subject. The dharma of water is liquidity and clarity. The dharma of fire is heat and light. The dharma of the soul is Bhagavat Bhakti, devotion to God. So ultimately, Lord Chaitanya says, Naham viproti narapati naipi vaishana sudro naham bani natakiriyapti. I am nothing to do ultimately with Varnashram. Varnashram and a harmonious material situation is not the ultimate aim of the eternal. This is hinted in the text. The eternal family traditions. Krishna is putting it there, Arjuna is putting it there. That yes, you have a very nice situation, but the real point of the family traditions is the eternal realization of the Supreme Lord. That is the goal of all the traditions. So he's using that as an argument, but it's false. Because if he doesn't stand and fight, then the family traditions are going to be destroyed by this Rakshasa, Duryodhana. So, pacifism is not there in the Vedas. Like I say, don't be a pacifist on the battlefield. So, Kurukshetra continues. It may have been 18 days then, but the heart is Kurukshetra. In Kali Yuga, we are entreated by the material society. Come and enjoy in an undisciplined, unrestrained way. That is the call of Ravana. That is the howling of darkness. The Rakshasas are coming. Come to us. We will give you enjoyment. But their howling only contains their disappointment and pain and suffering. And that is their entreaty. And it is all a lie. Why? Because you may go to the mountaintop and you may be given everything in the world, but it is temporary. It is going to go. But if we practice Sanatana Dharma, we will attain eternality. But that means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Parasevanam. So what does Sanatana Dharma offer? Does it? So I was just thinking now, that is described at the end of towards the end of the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. And here is the description, after the bhajan of Lord Brahma, is the description of the spiritual world. Shriya Kanta Kanta Paramapur Taravo Ruma Bhumi. Yes. So it's 2 long slokas. I'll read the translation. I worship that transcendental seat known as Svetadweep, where as loving consorts, the Lakshmis in their unalloyed spiritual essence practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover, where every tree is a transcendental purpose tree, where the soil is the purpose gem, all water is nectar, every word is a song, every gate is a dance. The flute is the favorite attendant. Effulgence is full of transcendental bliss. And the supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty, where numberless milk cows always emit transcendental oceans of milk, where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away, even for the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Goloka only to a very few self-realized souls in this world. So this is the head of our Sampradaya. This is what he is offering us. He attained the vision of this by tapa, voluntary control of the senses. And there's also there's 5 verses here that summarize bhakti. We don't have time. But there's one very nice verse that I always remember, and we'll finish on this one. Brahmanas tad sadacharas tadabhyasa nirantaran puryan atmanam bhaktim apyutamam lavet. The highest devotion is attained by slow degrees. You don't become a great musician overnight, right? You have to practice your harmonium, your piano, your mridanga. Slow degrees. How? By the method of constant endeavor, constant work. What? For self-realization. So you're always thinking, every moment is my offering, my attempt at self-realization. Everything is my offering to the Mahatma. Mahatmanas tamam patha. Mahatsevam dwaram aho vimuktes. Constant endeavor for self-realization with 3 things. Now I'm going to test you. Scriptural evidence, pramana, pramanas. That means it must be in accordance with Shastra. Now in the Gita, what does it say? Yak Shastra Ustrishya. If you give up Shastra, you don't get happiness, perfection, or param getim, which we just described. Scriptural evidence. And that will come to us through Mahatmanastayena. The Acharyas will describe the meaning of the Shastra, just like Srila Prabhupada has the wonderful ability to make everything clear. Theistic conduct. We've been talking about that, right? Family traditions, how the family should be organized nicely, harmoniously. And, very important, perseverance in practice. Constant endeavor is the underlying foundation. With the help of, what was number 1? You ask questions sometimes. I can ask them too. Pramana. You must act in accordance to Vaidhi and Varnashram Dharma and Sanatana Dharma. And then, this is what Arjuna is talking about here, isn't he? Oh, the family traditions will be destroyed. Theistic conduct, good behavior, according to, it's okay to know the philosophy. Oh, I know Pramana, I know Vedas, but are you behaving properly? Theistic conduct. And then, oh, I don't want to chant today, I've got a headache. What is number 3? It's too hot. I need some water, I must sleep. It's the hot season. What is it? Number 3? Perseverance in practice. So again, we'll test you. What's number 1? Veda Pramana. Very good. Number 2? Theistic conduct. Yes, good behavior according to Varna, Ashram, Sanatana Dharma, and Hanuman Bhav. Perseverance. You're not scared of Ravana. Why? Because Duryodhana is defeated by Yudhisthira. Ravana is always defeated by Ram. So we persevere. Nrsimhadev defeats the Rakshasas. So, the highest devotion is attained by slow degrees by knowing Shastric Pramana, Siddhanta, theistic conduct, being a good person. Good person means I see Krishna within the heart of all living entities. Then you will love all living entities. And perseverance in practice. By slow degrees. And you're all devotees, you're all experiencing this. And how can we persevere in any difficult condition? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for your kind attention. Any question? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Thank you. Huh? Yes. Without focusing. Say loudly. Well, mechanical chanting is better than anything, than nothing. But if you're going to focus, if you're going to chant for hours, it's a contradiction to say that I'm not focusing. You must focus to do anything, right? So if you're chanting for hours, it's most likely you are focusing. But if you want to focus easily on chanting, right? This is your question in essence, isn't it? How can we chant? Because it's Purushottam months, we want to chant, we want to get Nam Ruchi. We perform chanting not for me, but we perform it as yagya. Sevan mukhi jivado. We chant as an offering. Whatever ruchi we get, we offer it back to Krishna. Just like we take bath in the Jamuna, Ganga, and then at the end we offer water back to Ganga. So everything that comes in life by grace of Guru and Supreme Lord, we offer that in return. Any joy we get, any ruchi we get, we offer that back. We offer the happiness as sacrifice back to Krishna. We don't chant thinking, I will enjoy. Huh? That is the same as people, they go to the same mentality. I'll go and have a drink and I'll enjoy. No. Sometimes it is said, we say to chant and be happy. But what is what is Lord Chaitanya's philosophy really? Chant and suffer in separation. Vipralamba seva bhav. That is the, Lord Bhakti Siddhanta said, we have opened a crying school. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we must chant with that anxiety. Vipralamba seva bhav. Nayanam gladasridharaya. That we have to understand, I'm in this material world. I'm calling to you, Krishna, for a little mercy. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Kuru More, Toma Vina Ke Dayalu, Jagata Samsare. Right? So we have to have that attitude. Then, with seva attitude, people that come to the class, they know stress Sevan mukhi e jivado. Bhakti means I'm doing for spiritual master, for the Mahatma. Everything I do, thought, word and deed, is my offering to Guru. I'm serving. I'm not doing for my self-aggrandizement, my improvement. I am trying to cultivate mood of service. So if you want to focus in chanting, you do it as an offering. Like the sages at Namisharanya, they were listening to Bhagavatam by Sutta Goswami as a yajna. The devotee is always Madhyaji Mam Namaskaru, humbly offering every thought, word and deed to the Mahatma. Mahatmanastamam patha. Is nothing, oh, I'm chanting. Oh, I'll enjoy. No, I'm not saying this is your case. But we have that conditioning in our past. Because in this material world, everyone is self-serving. Yes. So we must adopt Sevabhav to the Mahatma. You understand? In our chanting. Then you will get some ruchi. And then the ruchi you offer back to Krishna. So your whole life becomes yajna to Guru and Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.